Hear me now. I swear, the minute I go live, within a minute, somebody always calls me. I gotta turn this thing into airplane mode or something like that. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me now, though. Restarted it. Go from there. Anyways, doing 8.6 blackout, basically resizing stuff and going from there. I feel bad now that I had a couple of you guys in here and it stopped. So, sorry about that. Anyways, so basically I'm just gonna size and decap and start some sizing for this 8.6 blackout and kind of just chat. Yo, sorry, dude. I don't know what. Can you hear me now? Oh, okay. Got sound. Okay, dude. I swear, every single time when I hop on here, somebody calls me without fail. It's I've had one phone call all day today, and then they decide, and I get a phone call just now. So sorry about that. I'm not sure why sound didn't reappear or anything like that, but so what's up? How everybody's Friday going? Had a good morning. No, I don't use bushing dies. Josh, I don't use bushing dies. I use a full length sizing die with the expander ball taken out, and then I run a mandrel in there afterwards. That's how I do it. But I know what's going on, AR. Josh, I know. I mean, like tons of people use them. It's just not how I choose to do it. I have the neck sizing bushing dies I've done before. I've gotten too much spring back for some reason, so I have switched over to using expander mandrels. Ever had to use any Hornady warranty? Yeah, Hornady's great for the warranty. I got zero complaints when it comes to Hornady for warranty. What broke on you? They're great. Just call them. RCBS and them are just amazing when it comes to warranty stuff. It's a bummer you got to deal with a warranty thing, though. I had a pretty busy morning myself. I don't know if you guys follow the Horizon podcast or the Horizon YouTube channel. You should get on there, follow that. They have a podcast on there, and we filmed for that today. I was on their podcast, so that was pretty neat. So I'm not sure when the podcast will air, but you guys will see that. What press am I using? Oh, right now I'm using the Hornady Iron Press. Playing with this a little bit. I got my RCBSs, my Dillons, and stuff like that. So yeah, they are. Hornady really does. They take care of you. Let's see here. There we go. I'm trying to scroll back to see what. They replaced your auto charge port. Oh wow, in 10 days, that's pretty good. That's really nice, Henry. Yeah, I'm running the Iron Press right now. I'm still kind of trying to get used to it. I think the last live I had, I was setting this thing up. Priming system still leaves a little bit to just be desired, but otherwise the press is really nice. Actually, I like it. They use this bushing, the bushing die system. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It does kind of allow your die to float a little bit, which I like. I had been using Lee. I know I keep saying a lot. I'm sorry. I had been using Lee dies for 8.6 blackout. I just got my hands on some Redding, so I'm excited to use these. They are my favorite dies. If I could figure out what I did with there we go. So just using a Redding full length sizing, set this thing up. I got basically my velocity testing done with Accurate 1680 and the cutting edge flat base Raptor bullet, the 300 grain. I got up to 1050 roughly for velocity without any pressure signs. So I'm super happy about that. I am going to start doing a little bit more load development with it. I won't mess with overall length. I'm right at mag length, so I'm going to stay right there. But otherwise, I'm going to mess with the powder charge weight a little bit. But otherwise, I'm hoping it should shoot pretty well. See, Josh, any experience with a coax or T7? I'm trying to pick a new press, and I have found... okay, so the T7's nice. I own a coax. Coaxes are nice. But I have switched, actually, to using the RCBS Summit press instead. Takes up less room. It costs basically half the price, and it's a super solid press, and it's turned into my main bullet seating press. It's really nice, actually. So, if I were going to recommend one, I would recommend the Summit. Yeah. The Forster press still though is that the coax is a very nice press. So don't get me wrong on that. Those between those two is what I would pick. Hey Austin, how's it going, man? Hear anything on that Weatherby yet? So anyway, so I got the velocity taken care of. So I'm right around 1050 for velocity. Oh, that's a bummer, Austin. So I'm right around 1050 for that 300 grain bullet of the 8.6. I'm going to keep it right around there so I don't have to deal with when it gets hotter or I go to different elevation change. I don't have to deal with different, the speed picking up or anything like that. So now it's going to just be messing with the charge weight a little bit, go up and down and see what shoots. I'll shoot 5-shot groups of that. And then once I get a good 5-shot, I'll repeat it and go 5x5, so 25 shots at 5 shots each. So 5 groups of 5. Yep, running suppressed with 8.6. I am. Yep, Q pork chop is the suppressor. So that's the only way to do it. If you're gonna run subs, you might as well. It's kind of almost pointless not to run it with a can. It's still quiet with a sub, but you might as well run it with a can and make it worth your while. Oh, there is no recoil on the 8.6. It's just 0. It's like, you might as well shoot a 223. It's literally, it's like shooting a 223 in a bolt gun. It's just none. Yeah, I've got some rifles that I don't have threaded, so I have to shoot with a can. Yeah, now that I shoot with a can, it's pretty much all I do. Shooting with a can is the way to go, for sure. Once you go that way, you'll never go back. They say that about a lot of things. Once you go that way, you'll never go back. So, yeah, your 8.6 cartridge also has a has a break in it. Yeah, I feel for you, Austin. But I got a lot of 8.6 cartridges. 33 Nosler, the 338-06, 338 Win Mag. Let's see what else is there. I have a few more. I can't remember what they are, but yeah, Austin. I hope they fix your stock. That's just a bummer what they've done. Uncivilized, yeah. The scum Uncivilized. So I'm just using a little bit of Imperial sizing wax, lube these up a little bit, and size these bad boys. Yeah, the 8.6 is a lot of fun to shoot. There's just like no recoil, stupid quiet, a lot of fun to shoot. I'll be doing a video probably on the velocity tomorrow, maybe tomorrow or today, and then I'm going to yeah, I got one. And then I will see. I'm trying to read comments, and then I'm gonna be shooting this thing for groups as well. Let's see here. What barrel length am I using? I'm using 16. It's in a Q Fix rifle. The 8.6 is. I'm gonna be doing probably a custom build. I'm building a custom 8.62 from Arrow, and then also looking at maybe getting Horizon Firearms to build me one as well. So we'll see. So I know they got the reamer for one. I was talking to Derek today when I was on his podcast about it. What's going on with the Newton rifle? I've been playing with it. It's kind of been put on the back shelf a little bit. It's actually sitting right there. I sized some brass. I did some brass stuff with it yesterday, and stuff like that. I'm trying to decide on what bullets I want to use with it. I think I'm gonna go with some 200 grain or maybe some Bergers, some 210 Bergers. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I got too many projects. I finished the 25-06 project, so that was nice. So that was nice to get that off my back, and then I'm basically kind of just trying to relax a little bit for the next week, and then I'm gonna be getting into. CZ has that 300 blackout trail rifle that they sent me, so I'm gonna be doing a bunch of blackout stuff on that, and I'll be messing with 8.6 and the 30 Newton at the same time, and stuff like that. So that's kind of what's going on. The 30 Newton really, really, really intrigues me because it's crazy how much. So it's like you're right. So your cartridge is shorter than the 300 Win Mag, but you can seat that bullet out longer than the 300 Win Mag, and it actually kind of reminds me a lot of a 300 PRC. What dies am I using for a 300 blackout? I have Redding dies. These ones are here. Most of my dies are Redding, RCBS, the Matchmaster dies, or Hornady. It's mainly what my dies are. I'm a big fan of Redding dies, though. I like them a lot. Man, these are sizing really nice. So yeah, I was glad to see that the accurate 1680, I was able to get to my velocity that I wanted without pressure signs. So that was good. Like I said, the Vitavorti did not get me there. I was right around 850, and I started getting pretty good pressure signs. So I switched to a different powder. I think about trying the CFE Black with a different bullet, maybe. But also probably maybe trying it with the cutting edge bullet. I also have a bunch of Sierra SMKs that I want to do, 300 grain. I got a lot of Barnes bullets I want to do. There's lots of options, but I want to try to stay subsonic. So I'm going to probably stay at the 285 or bigger. What PRC should Hornady release next? 33. 33 PRC in my opinion. Or 25, but I don't... 25 is, I don't know if they're going to do that. So, I know there's some people pushing for it. 25 or 33 is what I think they should do. What do you think, Austin? The problem with that is reloading it starts to build so to what you're just talking about right there, Austin, it starts to build a belt, like a ridge right here that you can't get out with what you just said. So wildcatting the 6.5 PRC down to shoot a 25 cal bullet, and they've also been doing that with a 7 mil, and it just doesn't work right. You lose your brass after, like, by your third firing. So it's for some reason not fully you can't fully size it, and it's acting weird in the chamber. So, but I would like to see. I think they're going to have some serious, probably pressure with the 25. But I think with a 33 would be very interesting. I think a 33 would be cool because it'd really be the only thing would be competing with the 33 Nosler and the 338 Win Mag. So Hornady can make it just 25 PRC case. Yeah, they can. I would be surprised if they're going to do it, though. Never know. I hope they do. Do you trim any brass, inner or outer diameter? No, I do not. I trim the brass for the length, but I don't neck turn, if that's what you're asking. I do not neck turn. I've seen almost zero benefits when it comes to neck turning from all my testing I've done. The one thing is I will neck turn if I have to wildcat stuff. That is one thing. 338 Pierce doesn't have enough juice. That I don't agree with that, Austin, but that's okay. It does. It has enough juice. They wouldn't use a 300 PRC or case. It would be a bigger case. But you take like the 300 gram bullet or a 350 gram bullet, that thing will scream out there with a high BC. Retain its energy. It'll be a monster. See, I missed. Yeah, neck turning. No, yeah, so Harvey, yeah, no, I do not neck turn. No neck turning for me. Like I said, unless I'm wildcatting something. Like when I was taking some of the making stuff into a 33-06 stuff into 33-06 AI into it from 30-06 brass, I did have a neck turn some different cases, and then I switched to Nosler brass and I didn't have to neck turn any of them. So I just started using Nosler brass. What twist rate is the 8.6? It's a 1 in 3. 1 in 3 twist rate. Alright. These are all resized. Or almost last one. I got 20 more. 1 in 3 G. Yeah, 500. I think it's like what they say, like 500,000 RPMs or something like that. That's why you kind of basically have to use monolithic bullets because it rips them apart. What case Hornady used for the 338? I mean, they're going to use the same parent case. They'll just make it longer, and it'll be in a Magnum action. And what they'll do is they'll make it longer. Yeah, probably 300 PRC. They will definitely get enough juice behind it. That's not a problem because I already know people that have wildcatted that to shoot 300 PRC to shoot a 338 diameter bullet out of a 300 PRC, and it works really well. I am curious though to see myself. I would like to see. Oh, by the way, Austin, do you have any N560 powder? Mr. Reloading Weatherby, do you have any N560 powder? If you do, you should try that in your 7 PRC, and then come tell me what you get in velocity. Well, see if you can find some, and then shoot it in your 7 PRC. There's a little pro tip for you right there. If you want your velocity in your 7 PRC, and you want it to shoot, try that out. Okay. All right. And 570, that's good powder too. That's a little bit more meant for other stuff, but yeah. N55 isn't bad in 7 PRC, but you're gonna get better results with the N560. You'd be amazed how close it is to Reloader 26. The powder that everybody seems to think Hornady uses. I passed on 560 last week in West Virginia. Oh, that's a bummer. Dude, it's better. Dude, you need... Yeah, Vertumbo's good, too. My problem with Vertumbo, I never can get to shoot accurately. But anyways, Austin, if you see any N560, I'd pick it up and try it. When do you got to send that barrel back? I mean, that Mossberg back, or are you keeping it? Are you switching over to a 6.8 Western? Have the same issue with 28 Nosler with Rotumbo? Yeah. Yeah, I totally see that. I'm not a huge fan of 28 Nosler. Like in a month? Okay, gotcha. Any luck with 4831 4831 shortcut? Yeah, that's good. You're gonna be kind of slower on velocity, but I bet you it shoots pretty good. I mean 4831 shortcut in my 300 WSM works really well. Yeah, 28 Nosler I have heard is picky. I've heard that it's super sensitive. It's just sensitive to load. Sensitive. It's like kids these days. Not shortcut? Oh, so you're just talking normal 4831? I have not tried that in 7PRC. Yeah, Austin, I love 4831 shortcut too. My favorite powder right now is... This is my favorite powder right now. I love shooting this stuff. IMR 4831 is just awesome. Awesome powder. So, yeah. Austin, when are you doing another podcast? Haven't seen him in a while. I always keep my eye out for him. They don't get views, really? Well, I mean, I know you want to get views, but like if you enjoy it, I would do it. Still, I mean, I guess it just depends what you want, but I don't know. It's kind of what I enjoy. I mean, you could do a live, but or just the, like when you, I don't know, like you've had me on a few times. You've had a Hopeful Ballistic on, and just you guys are on talking about stuff. I mean, I think that dude, well, you have like 30,000 followers. I mean, you should be getting tons of views on everything. So. A couple pounds of IMR 48. Yeah, dude. Harvey, do you load 25-06 or 22 Creedmoor or anything kind of like that? Because if you do, that powder is a killer in that. That powder is awesome. Awesome in 25-06. Like with a 100-gram bullet. Works really well. So does IMR 4350 though too. IMR 4350 is just awesome. Unfortunately, not yet. Okay. Well, Harvey? What are you loading for? What are you loading for? Later, dude. Hey, let me know what you find out about that rifle when you find out. I'm curious to find out. So Harvey, if you got some 4831, you must be loading something. What are you loading it in? Oh, 7PRC 308 280. Ooh, 280 AI. I think that 280 AI is my favorite out of that right there. I like how you got 3 7mm and then that 308 right there. Love it. 280 AI, I think, is... Oh, and 30... Oh, of course, you know. God's cartridge. The best cartridge there is. My favorite cartridge, 30-06. It's probably the easiest to load for out of all of those. Actually, 308 is pretty easy to load. And less finicky at least. For me, I've had. I would think the IMR 4831 would work well in 280 AI and probably in all of those pretty well. Oh. How's everybody's Friday going? Having a barrel spun for 280 AI? All right, right on. What twist rate you going with? Also, if you guys aren't following 22 Creedmoor YouTube channel, go check them out. Horizon Firearms. They got a lot of cool podcast people on talking 22 Creedmoor. I just did a podcast with them today. It's pretty awesome. I'm not sure when it airs, but it'll be airing over there. 8 and 5. Okay, you should be good then, Harvey. That thing's gonna shoot, I bet. It is going to shoot. That's exciting. 280 AI is a really cool round. I think it's actually probably one of the most slept on. That I kind of feel like that and 25-06 are probably the most slept on round. And what's going on, Jamie? What's up? You ready for some 35 Whelen stuff coming soon, Jamie? I've been trying to be live more, but I haven't really had a chance. I've been slammed with work and life. So, yeah, the 280 AI, I think. I mean, I think what you gain, maybe, what is it, 100 feet on the standard 280? And the standard 280 is really good. Never saw a lot of availability of a 25 cal bullet. I know, Jamie. Yeah, me too. Trust me, me too. I got some plans for him. Oh, shoot, I missed that comment. What was that? Never saw a lot of availability of a 25 cal bullet. How so, Harvey? I mean, it's a great deer cartridge. Great. Hey, Michael, how's it going, man? Great deer cartridge. It's a really good varmint cartridge if you want to load it down. It's also, I mean, to be honest with you, do I think it should be used on elk? No, but it can be. I know people have. You know, like the 257 Weatherby. That thing's a hammer. I just picked one of. I've got one of those. Just picked mine up. All right, Josh. Have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping in, saying hi, and chatting. I appreciate it. Have a good one. All right. So I got my brass saw sized. Now to chamfer and deburr, and then prime them. I have been stinking busy with work. Loaded up some 257 Roberts yesterday, 115 grain nozzler. All right, on. What powder did you try with those? That's actually one cartridge that I don't have. It's my hair, jeez. 257 Roberts. That is one I've kind of thought about doing. That's based off of the 7x57 cartridge, correct? I mean, it's the same. It's the parent case, if I remember right. Oh, if you guys have not seen this Thinking Bullet, look at this thing. This is. I'll trade you some hair. Oh, you need some hair, or you have hair? Which one is it? I have a ton of it. It's like in the summer, it gets hot. This is why I wear a hat 90% of the time. Actually, this is probably a stupid bet of me, but my wife bet me I couldn't grow my hair out for a year. So guess what? I'm growing my hair out for a year. Oh, you need hair. Yeah. Well, you know, hair's overrated. IMR 4350. Let's see here. IMR my wife's deer rifle. All right, right on, dude. I bet you that thing probably shoots pretty well. Was that load development, or you've loaded that before and it shoots? You need a bigger hat. Yeah, I know. Well, I could be like, like I want to be like 19 again and just wear it this way, which is the most comfortable way. Which I guess isn't bad, but the whole point of a hat is to keep like sun out of your eyes. And I'm also 35. I'm not 22 or 18, so I kind of feel like I probably should be wearing it forward. But yeah, so I'm trying out the new look too. I'm gonna kind of try to grow a goatee or whatever you call this here instead of a beard. And then yeah, speaking of hair, sorry, weird. I got off on a weird conversation there. Okay, so this is that 300 grain flat base all copper bullet from Cutting Edge. Look at this thing. This thing is massive. And look at the relief cuts in there. So this thing will open up at 750 feet per second. That's the case. Look at that. When that thing is, so basically, let's see. I'll write down in a second. This is where it's basically seated. That's how far that is in the case. Isn't that crazy? It's just like crazy. It's just nuts. Let's see here. That's why I love this cartridge. It's just crazy. Low development rifle is already deadly with 117 Remington factory ammo, but can't find any anywhere. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. What did I just do? Jeff Blowski for Halloween. I'm not sure I know who that is. That's okay. So anyways, this is what I've been running in. This is what I've been testing. I'm down to 15. I got more on the way. These things, man, guys, when these things hit steel at like 900. Oh, the dude. Oh, the Big Lebowski. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know, dude. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Okay, the dude. That's a great movie, by the way. When these things hit steel, it's so funny. Like when I was at the range, okay, so we were shooting them at the range, and everybody was walking over, going, "Oh my gosh, that rifle's so quiet. What is that?" And telling them, and I was like, "Oh, wait a second." There was like 15 people standing around me. I shoot this thing, hit the steel, and the dang steel is louder than the gun going off, and it hits it with it hits it with some serious force. It's just impressive. And it's a lot of fun to shoot. It's expensive to shoot, but it's a lot of fun to shoot. So I've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to load up probably 5 different groups. 5 3-shot groups. See how it shoots. See how my velocity stabilize. And then once I figure that out, then I'll probably load up 5-shot groups. And I got ballistics gel I'll be testing it in too. I'm trying to find a place where I can do that on camera, so you guys can see me shooting ballistics gel and see how these things expand. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, so now I gotta grow my hair out for a year, otherwise I lose a bet with my wife, and we all know that ain't happening. So I already lose enough bets with my wife or just anything. So I've been married 15 years, and that's how it rolls. So boom, 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 boom. So chamfer and deburr these. Did any of you guys catch Alabama Reloaders live video this morning? I was busy, unfortunately didn't catch it, but hopefully I told him, I said he should do one later today when he's on his way to drive back home from that wedding or wherever he's going. I'll swing in and say hi. The mullet is making a comeback. I don't really know if I want a mullet though. I'm not really about El Caminos. I'm not an El Camino guy. I feel like if you're rocking a mullet, you kind of gotta either have like a super jacked up like Ford that's like like 3 feet off the ground, and with like big freaking like a nutsack hanging off of your trailer hitch, or you gotta rock an El Camino. That's kind of how I feel about it, and that's not me. Let's see here what we got here. Michael, you had a mullet? Harvey, no, unfortunately. What's the no, unfortunately for? Sorry. Oh, no, you didn't catch Reloading Alabama's. Okay, I got you. I know what you're saying now. So, yeah. That's kind of how I feel about a mullet. I feel like you're in either kind of two of those boats. You're super rednecky, like your lifted trucks, or you're rocking an El Camino. But ain't nothing wrong with either one of those. We'll see. I just can't get behind like with a mullet where it's like long hair, short hair. I think it's just got to be long all the way around. That's kind of how I feel. But okay, so how many of you guys? All right. Here's something. Hit the like button if you guys clean your primer pockets. Also, hit the like button if you don't clean your primer pockets. See how that works? See? No, seriously, how many of you... There we go, we got one. Seriously, how many of you guys clean your primer pockets every time? Party in the back, business in the front. That's exactly it. Yep. It's kind of bad, though. My nephew had some long hair, and I made a comment one day, and I felt really bad. I said something along the lines of, "Oh, is that for your boyfriend to grab onto?" And my sister really did not like that conversation. I mean, kid's 19 years old, so it's not like he's, that young. Not all the time. Yeah, I used to. I kind of quit. I kind of feel like, I don't know if it makes a difference. And it's a step that I kind of don't want to do anyways. And so if it really doesn't make a difference, I really don't see how it could make a difference, to be honest with you. It's kind of cool to see like where the anvil is, though, and it hits. That is always kind of cool. So, anyway, so I'm using Accurate 1680. Let's see. What was that comment? I do. Drives me crazy if I don't. Okay. Wet tumble, so kind of, but not. Yeah, see, that's it. I usually wet tumble everything. This stuff I just cleaned off with alcohol, so I didn't have to run it through my wet tumbler. I wet tumble, so I clean them. What's going on, MCK? Yeah, Rudy, I kind of thought it was funny too, but my sister did not. And I don't even think my nephew caught it. Man, how's your 3D printed stuff holding up that I made you? You got yourself a Garmin yet? Those things are awesome. Hex socket. Okay, right on. That's a good idea. I just gotten to where I load so much. I usually wash my brass every time. With these like 20, or right now it's only 16 that I'm playing with, I just use acetone. I just wipe them down with all acetone. Because I have a hard time busting out the tumbler for just 20 pieces of brass. Usually, like, okay, if I'm like getting 40 to 60, I kind of bust them out, bust the wet tumbler out and clean it that way. Otherwise, what I'll do is I'll take like just my brass and a rag, and I'll just clean it off with that. And it gets it really clean too. That's how I'll do it if I'm like, for instance, doing it this way where I'm just doing a few things. It's holding up great. Okay, awesome. Good stuff, man. I'm glad to hear. Dude, my Garmin cases that I been making, dude, those things are like popping off. Like my store's doing really good with those. No, I don't. I do not see a difference from not washing to washing. The only difference is they look cleaner. That's the difference I see. One is shiny, one is not shiny. So like, I don't know. Ah, shoot. Tell the difference? This one's been washed, this one's just acetone. That's the difference. But the nice thing is like, it does take all the lead and crap and dust off of it. That's one of the main reasons I like the wet tumbler. That does make a big difference. The wet tumbler is, I mean, like, you gotta throw it in the oven or lay them out in the sun. Right, I just went and bought a food dehydrator, and now I throw them in there because I got yelled at for putting them out in the oven. So, you know, when she tells me she's gonna be gone for an hour, I usually expect like an hour and a half. Right? I mean, she's never gone for an hour. Well, she's gone for 45 minutes. Comes home and sees I was baking some cookies, some brass cookies, and she wasn't too happy about it. So that's her domain, so I choose to stay out. So for all my testing on this too, I've been using Federal Large Rifle 210 primers. Man, I've been seeing those everywhere. Like, Federal must be just pumping those things out. And actually, I've been seeing a lot of Remington Large Rifle primers as well. So that's been nice. That's been nice to see those. All right. Almost got all my brass prepped. What I'm thinking is, yeah, baking pan, yeah, that's kind of, I think that's what it was. So I was like, okay, I'll just go buy new ones. And then she's like, those are like $70 or something, like, I don't know, like a non-stick, I don't know. Apparently I grabbed the wrong one. So that's all I know. So I went and bought her new baking sheets, and I also went and bought myself just a food dehydrator. I got sitting right outside my room here plugged in, and I just use that from now on. It's actually a lot easier than the oven too. So it does make sense. 1K Federal match last week. Oh, awesome, dude. Hopefully you didn't have to pay too much for those. Good stuff. Those are good primers. Good stuff. Still trying to get used to this priming system on this Hornady press. I'm not overly stoked about it. I think it needs some fiddling still with it. It's kind of finicky, but I like the press. I'm just not a huge fan of the priming part of it. But 90% of the time I prime with a Forester. Not Forester, but, well, yeah, actually the Forester primer or the Frankfurt Arsenal hand primer as well, too. So both of those I kind of play with. But, yeah. Yeah, Michael, I'm right with you. It does make me feel better. Plus, it's nice to have nice shiny brass, right? And we all like shiny things. We're all like raccoons. Woo, shiny. So, I think it makes a difference. So, yeah. $90? Oh, that's not a bad deal. It's better than what it was, for sure. I'd be all over that. $10, or let's shoot, that's less than $10 a box. that. Yes, it is. It's nice. It's a nice hand primer. Large primer is still hard to find here in North Carolina. Yeah, I mean, my Sportsman's, they have tons. Sportsman's has like tons of pistol primers, large and small, and they also have a lot of small rifle and small pistol. Like, wasn't it during COVID that like none of us could find like small pistol and small rifle, but I mean, yeah, small pistol, small rifle, and now like since COVID, we can't find anything but those. It's funny, like obviously they mass produced the other ones, and then now they're trying to catch up and flip flop and back and forth. So to me, it's just powder is outrageous. I what I see powder going for, just blows my mind. For like a pound of powder that used to be like $35. Put the brass in the washing machine. Woo. Yeah, I would definitely get killed for that. I think she'd probably use my 10 mil on me if I did that. I don't think I'd want that in the washing machine. Plus, that seems like a pain in the butt. I feel like they'd get flopping around everywhere, get caught up in stuff. But it's, yeah. Oh, the washer machine. Oh, I was thinking the dishwasher. The washing machine, yeah, she would kill me if I did that too. Although I do have a concrete mixer, and if I'm doing a bunch of 223, like lots of 223 or lots of 9 or 40, I throw it in there, squirt some Dawn dish soap in there, and kick that concrete mixer on, and that works really well, actually. H4350 is? I thought that was IMR 4350. I mean, I just bought 2 pounds of H4350 for $49. So if it's all the way up to that, that's outrageous. I'm going to go back where I bought it and go buy the rest of it. If that's what everybody's seeing that. I thought that was IMR 4350 selling for that. I didn't think that was H4350. That's just, that, it don't cost them that. That's outrageous. Okay, so IMR 4350 is what I have seen outrageously priced. Everything else has been around $50. Except for there is some ram shots and other stuff. Get the RCBS bench primer. I don't like that primer. I've had too many problems with it. But I mean, it's a nice primer. I just don't like it. I've had a lot of problems with it, whether flipping primers upside down or seating them sideways. I've just not had good luck with it. I like, if I'm going to use a benchtop primer, I like this one right here. It's the Forester one. Super easy. You can adjust it. It's really easy. Cabela's Bass Pro in Virginia. That is crazy, man. That is nuts. I can't believe. I hope people are not paying that. The problem is if we pay these prices, they're just going to keep them that way, unfortunately. I really hope what's going to happen is someone gets elected, all this stupid stuff stops going on, and we start seeing stuff come back down. Yeah, powder is crazy. I'm thankful I bought a bunch before all this happened. I did buy... Oh, sorry, guys. I did buy, like, 3 pretty big estate sales in the last 2 months, and I've got more brass and I don't know what to do with it. Half of it I think I'm going to start taking to scrap, so I don't know what to do with it. I don't know who's the heck's going to want all of it. I have more 30-06 brass than I ever could shoot, even if I was on a, I have more 30-06 brass than I ever will shoot. Got that, 49, 45 brass coming out. My ears, 30-30 brass, 308 brass. Yeah, that's why you buy well, dude, that's a better powder anyways. N50 and the N555 is a better powder. And the N60. N560 is really good powder too. And N550. Those are really good rifle powders. That's what I'm using right now for that 30-06 build that I got. And it's actually probably what I'm going to try to use in that 30 belt Newton, but we'll see. I'm playing around with some data for that. Yeah. What brass is this right here? Oh yeah, so somehow I came across some 6.5 by 55 brass. You'll take some 30-06 from me? Dude, just email me. questfortheperfectload@gmail.com. Just email me. We'll get it worked out. We'll get brass 30-06 going your way. I have more 30-06 and 308 brass than I will ever use. I swear, one of the estate sales that I bought, the dude must have just only shot 30-06. It was crazy. I also, one of them I bought, the guy must have gone to the range like after the police department and just picked up 40 cal brass. The powder and primers are high because paying is sitting down the shelves. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But the guy must have gone in and picked up like all 40 cal brass after the sheriff's primer or something like that. I am not kidding you. I had 2 truckfuls of 5-gallon buckets of just 40 cal, and I took it all to scrap. I was like, I'm never gonna use it. I got $500 worth for it, and that was worth it. I mean, I was not gonna sort it all either. Head stamp and stuff like that. That's just, I shoot a lot of 40, but I have enough 40 as it is, and that was just ridiculous. But I don't even know where. This is just sitting on my bench. I don't even know where I got this. Some Hornady 6.5 by 55. So that must be sweet. 6.5 by 55. I got some of these just sitting on my bench here. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't remember where I got these. I got 19 of them. I just got brass coming out my. You know what? Right now. Only thing I don't have coming out my you know what is 300 Win Mag brass. So I'm gonna start locating some of that. But I got a chassis from Sharps Bros for my one of my 300 Win Mags. I'm gonna throw it in and start playing with that as well. I think I'm gonna do a couple of videos on comparing. Sorry guys. Comparing Swedish business models taking over, low stock, high prices. Only yep, exactly. I think they are also building a primer plant too, and those will be good primers. I think I'm going to do a video on 300 Win Mag versus 300 Belt Newton versus 300 Short Mag. I think that would be a popular video. We'll see. I'm not like, I don't really like doing cartridge comparisons unless I have a lot of experience in those cartridges. Because I don't like going off of just what load data says will be. But I thought I saw American Reloading on R&M have 300 Win Mag brass, but could be very wrong. Yeah, I think all their 300 Win Mag brass, isn't that prime though? I don't want 300. I don't want already prime brass. But I guess I could deprime it. What I'm thinking about doing is it's Lapua. Lapua has, I believe, 300. Or no, wait. Yeah, Lapua has some 300 Win Mag brass now too, I think. But I just got, I don't know, I completely forgot. I just got 100 pieces of A and G, right? Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, I just got some ADG 300 Win Mag brass. I'm taking that back. I don't need any 300 Win Mag brass. Completely forgot about that. Let's see here. I heard that some company was gonna build a plant in Texas to just make primers, but that was a year ago and haven't heard anything else since. I've heard, yeah, man, I've heard a lot of rumors about that. But yeah, I completely forgot. I have 200, or not 200, but I have 2 boxes of these. So I have 100 pieces of 300 Win Mag. I don't need any more 300 Win Mag. I forgot about that. Completely forgot. Well, I've heard a couple companies saying that that rumors that they were going to build a primer plant in Florida, a couple in Texas, another one up kind of like North Dakota area, which would be a weird area, but I guess it would work. It'd probably be cheap. But yeah. What else? Another question. Do you guys take a nylon brush and clean your necks every time? Thumbs up if you do, thumbs up if you don't. Like how I do that? I'm getting creative. I started doing that, and I started noticing I got less flyers. So it made me wonder, how much is scrap paying me a pound? They paid me $1.95 a pound for scrap, and that's for clean brass, uncontaminated, because all that brass was cleaned. Let's see here, I know my buddy, Mr. Yodi Reaper. There he is, Mr. Robert. How are you, man? It was good. Podcast was good with Horizon. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited. I think it was like 50 minutes. So, hey, guys, if you're not following Yo-Yo Reaper, go follow his YouTube channel. He's a great guy. He's my hunting buddy in Texas, and then he comes up and hunts bear every now and then. Or, like, technically, because we didn't see any bear, we might have just been hiking with rifles. But I did my best, and it was just a bad year for bear season. I was too hot when he was up here. But Robert, it went really good. It was fun. We talked about some 22 Creedmoor. We talked about 30-06. Oh, we talked about all kinds of things. It was good. I don't know when it will air. I think they have 2 more podcasts ahead of me that they already recorded. So if I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks. I'm excited for it to air though. I hope it went well. I was super nervous, man. They got a big following, right? I mean, their podcast is on, Apple, all that stuff. So I mean, they post it to YouTube, but I think most of their stuff that gets listened to is on their actual podcasts, like on iTunes and stuff like that. So I was pretty nervous, but I felt it was pretty cool. We talked about the magazine article, the cover for it. If you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but I write for a couple magazines. One of them is Varmint Magazine, and the 22 Creedmoor that I shoot is on the cover for that, and the rifles by Horizon Firearms, Mr. Vandale. And so it was cool to talk to them about that and stuff like that. So I was on their podcast. So I felt I'm such a little guy when it comes to reloading and writing and community. I felt very honored to be on there because they got like John McAdams, Ron Spromer, Jim with Backfire, John Van Benedict on there. I felt pretty honored to be on there with me being such a little guy. But I think they recognize the value that I bring and how much knowledge I bring to the table, which is nice. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'm doing it with my neck, and I think it makes a difference. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know I don't know if it helps or not, but I don't know if it's me I don't know if it's me paying attention more. But since I started brushing my necks, a little in and out, and I've noticed less flyers. The other thing I started doing is if I'm shooting a group and it's like I got 4 of them stacked in right all there, and I have one go out, I take that piece of brass and I set it aside and I write flyer on it. And then what I do is I'll take and I'll go shoot those again and see if that piece of brass throws a flyer. And if it does, I toss that piece of brass. So maybe that's something you guys can start doing, looking into too. Because brass plays a lot more, and brass prep plays a lot more into accuracy than what most people realize. And once people start getting a little more meticulous in their brass prep, they'll start to realize, I think, their groups will shrink. Also, what you're weighing your powder with too makes a huge difference. If you're only at the 10th, 100, if you're only at the 10th and you need to go to 100th, that makes a big difference. 1 kernel, 2 kernels makes a big difference sometimes. And case fill, makes a big difference. Burn rate. A lot of people don't realize is like, let's say you're running a 20-inch 6.5 Creedmoor, and you're only getting like 80% burn rate out of that barrel, because that powder is not burning all the way through. Well, when that bullet leaves the barrel, it's literally getting shot in the ass by all that powder that's coming out. And I don't see how that could not affect accuracy. And so it's really important when you're starting to do your research. You use the brush too? Okay, right on. So it's really important when you're doing your research on what powders to do, figure out what's going to fully burn when you blow through that barrel. There's a lot of software that will tell you that. Gordon's reloading tool, quick load. It will tell you what the burn rate is. Gordon reloading tool is a really good one. Reloading all day. He's a guy. He's on Instagram. He's on YouTube. He is a guy that preaches that big time. He has some hand loading courses that are like actually really good. If you guys are if you're interested in taking like some one-on-one hand loading courses, or like, you know, being a group of 5 and he does it over Zoom, that's actually a really good course to take. He had me sit in on one because he was curious. He wanted me to not criticize, but just sit in and see what he was talking about, and it was really good. I was impressed. The guy's smart. He's highly intelligent. So, yeah. Anyways, that's enough of me ranting. I'm sure you guys can care less about what I have to say about that stuff. So, but I kind of like why I like this channel. I kind of like just kind of BSing sometimes and seeing what you guys think and what I'll see if I'm the only person doing stuff or what. But I got a bunch of 10 mil in, ammo in. I've got 2 10 mils I'm going to be testing. I'm super excited to start getting into that. This summer's going to be a lot. That's a good idea since I've been playing with OCW method. Really has no rote. Oh shoot, I missed that. Really has rewrote my load book. Yeah, that's true. Yep. I don't know, like there's a lot of little things that make a big difference in reloading, and then there's some big stuff that doesn't do anything. I mean, like, I used to weigh my brass. It doesn't make a difference. Have you... Oh, shoot. I didn't read that fast enough. Have you noticed that should... so I'm guessing shoulder bumps should bump relieve themselves slightly over time. I'm not sure I'm following that comment. Are you talking about shoulder bumping? Let's see. Have you noticed that should bumps relieves themselves slightly over time? Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a misspell in there or if I'm just not understanding the question. So sorry about that. I am super excited, though. I just did the paperwork for that CZ 300 Blackout Trail Rifle. That's going to be a lot of fun to shoot. I'm doing an article on that, so I'm excited for that. Shoulder. Okay, that is supposed to be shoulder. Okay. Have you noticed that shoulder bump relieves themselves slightly over time? I bump my shoulder back to the same spot every time. Is that what you're asking? I bump 1 thou every time. Is what I shoot for a shoulder bump. If I'm reloading for an AR-15, I usually do 2. Or what I'll do is I'll stick it in. I'll take a piece of brass, go, and then I'll stick it in until it barely goes into my rifle. I mean, it chambers in my rifle. Another way to do it on a bolt gun is to take your extractor out and then go in and bump slowly and go till your bolt barely goes down. And and you can feel it. And that's right where you're going to want to be when you're bumping brass. So if you really want to get technical and mechanical about it, you can stick it into your rifle, put it in there, and then once that die's set, you should never have to change it unless you're going to a different rifle or reloading for a different thing. You shouldn't. So like if you lock down your die, you should be dead nuts on, and you should be good from there. So, but you shouldn't have to reset your reloading die every single time or anything like that. It shouldn't make a difference too much. Did I answer your question? I'm not sure I fully understood your question. So I tried answering it to my understanding. Once you size, if you let it sit, the shoulder will relieve themselves over time. Let the spring back. Yes, I anneal all my brass. All this brass has been annealed. Also, the other thing is, I don't size my brass and let it sit. I size my brass and I seat bullets the same day. If you go through and prep a bunch of brass and let it sit for a week, 2 weeks, there is spring back in that brass. But if you anneal it, it does help with that, but that will change. That is correct. So if you do not size and seat in the same day, you may have some different results. Does that make sense? What does that answer? But it's never happened once I've seated a bullet. At least not that I'm aware of or I've noticed. I don't know. Have you guys seen this pen? It's pretty sweet. 3.3 at Lapua Mag. It's pretty sweet. I like this pen. I've also got this one too. It's also one of my favorites. Bingo. Yeah. Okay. We're talking the same thing now. 30-06. It's like a thing of lipstick. For all you guys out there that don't know what that's your guy. For lipstick. All right. What else? Yeah. So if you're not gonna seat your brass, your bullets into your brass that day or the next day, don't resize it. Don't brass prep up to that point. You can brass prep. You can brass prep up to the sizing, but at that point, because the other thing is I don't know who thinks I got an argument which I probably should stop doing on YouTube. I got an argument. A guy was trying to tell me that you're supposed to trim your brass before you size. No, don't trim your brass before you size. You're gonna have to trim it again. I don't know what that guy was smoking or thinking. He may not even own a gun. It's just amazing. Although recently, with the channel growing, I have been getting a bunch of comments that I've had to delete recently. People are weird. People are weird. And I posted, I think I was that 22 Creedmoor with my night vision on. And I had one guy comment, and it was super weird. I don't know. Half the time I don't know if it's like some random bot commenting on my stuff, or if it's just some troll trying to get a rise out of me, which I try not to let happen. But it's hard, and it's hard sometimes when you're dealing with idiots. It's just you just kind of wonder like what happened when they were a child to be such a weirdo. But I don't know. Nobody's perfect. I get it. But still. So, anyways, I don't really like seating bullets and playing with powder while I'm on here, so I'm gonna probably go a little bit longer here, and then I'm gonna hop off and seat these bullets and call it good. But anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Kind of just chatting, relaxing, nice easy Friday. They dropped them? Yeah, exactly, Robert. They dropped them. Yeah, people are annoying. Let's see here. Yeah, people are annoying. That's why I disappear into the... Yes. Dude, I know. My poor wife, like, she likes being around people. I do not like being around people. I like people, don't get me wrong. I just... As soon as I don't like stupid people. Let's put it that way. And I feel like there's just way too many stupid people out there. And... just the ignorance, like, dude, if you don't know something, just say you don't know it. It's okay to not know stuff, right? Don't play like you know something. Or I don't know. It's just weird. People are weird. Very, very accurate. And yeah, Robert, they probably drop them on their head. Or they don't have parents growing up and they just weren't raised right. I don't know. And dude, some people are just assholes. That's just the bottom line. Like, some people literally just go onto YouTube and like, I'm going to watch this video for like 30 seconds and make a comment and have no freaking clue what I'm talking about. I'm going to call a magazine a clip and have no clue what I'm talking about. I'm also going to say that cartridge fits into an AR-15, which it don't. I'm sorry. A 3.3-06 does not fit into AR-15. There is an AR-10 platform that it fits into, but it don't fit into an AR-15. And I don't know. People are weird, dude. Like, yeah, I know, Austin, you do. Austin, you also antagonize people, though, too. And I know you do. Austin, but dude, you got like, how many followers do you got? 32,000 or something like that? So you're gonna get a bunch of weirdos. I mean, your algorithm probably is crazy. I'm at 2,500. I shouldn't be getting a bunch of weirdos commenting, but I don't know. Weirdos. Definitely a bunch of them out there. The other thing is like, you might kick the hornet's nest. Yeah, I think so. That's okay, I guess, as long as you don't mind it. I try to stay neutral. 64. Okay, yeah, 64K. Exactly. My point. How many of them do you think are bots? I mean, not like in robots, but they're just stupid people. Probably a lot of them. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm going on a tangent, and I'm probably losing people here. Sorry if I'm upset you, but even when you were small, you got crazy comments. That's true. I remember like 2-3 years ago, you would get comments and send me a screenshot or something like that and say stuff. That's true. Yeah. Oh, I had one guy tell me because I don't play with seating depth, I must not know what I'm doing, or because I don't play with seating depth, I must not be, really trying to find it. Yes. Short viewer. Yeah, because you know what it is? It's the algorithm for the shorts. That really is what it is. You're right. So, you are correct. I don't know. I just told the guy, I said, once he gets something published, he can come back and talk to me, and the guy shut up. So, I kind of put him in his place, I guess. But anyways, all right. I think I'm gonna end it there. We're dwindling, and I'm starting to ramble about political stuff or comments I probably shouldn't even be talking about. So that's gonna do it, guys. I am going to post. I'll post a video probably today or tomorrow about the increments of velocity and stuff like that, and go over it kind of with the 8.6. And I'm gonna get this stuff loaded up, and I'm gonna try to. Oh yeah, you've texted me comments. Yes, you have. A lot of them had to do with the people shooting match bullets at animals, and how 223 is such a shooting a 5.56 at it's 5.56 cartridge at elk. Yep. So, anyways, so I'll be posting a video with results once I start shooting these. Once again, I said I'll probably shoot these, see how they do, get a couple velocity, and then I'll start shooting them for groups, and I'll do 5-shot groups after that. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you guys stopping in. I appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up button. And as always, stay safe and take it easy. Later, guys.